What if 2025 was not just another year in the K-pop calendar, but the very year that rewrote the legacy of Kimtaehyung, the man the world knows as V of BTS? What if the milestones he achieved were not simply moments, but unforgettable chapters in a book that millions around the globe are reading with tears, awe, and thunderous applause? Before you dive in, ask yourself, are you ready to relive the unforgettable journey of Taehyung in the year that fans are now calling the year of V? Comment below if you felt goosebumps just by hearing the phrase. Like this story if your heart races for Taehyung's triumphs. And subscribe to stay with us as we unravel the emotions, the victories, and the unforgettable rise of an artist who turned 2025 into history. They called it destiny, others whispered it was fate. But to those who watched closely, Kimtaehyung's journey in 2025 was a storm of effort, love, and an unshakable will. It was a year filled with tears that turned into applause, doubts that transformed into standing ovations, and silence that erupted into global conversations. Could anyone have predicted that the boy from Daegu, who once sang quietly in practice rooms, would now stand as a legend whose every move stirred nations? The answer lies in the whirlwind of moments that unfolded across this unforgettable year. From the very beginning of 2025, it was clear that Taehyung was not here to simply return to the spotlight, he was here to redefine it. Freshly stepping out of the shadows of military service, he emerged not just as an idol, but as an artist sharpened by time, resilience, and the undying devotion of fans who waited with prayers and unwavering patience. His first public appearances shadowed the internet, his every smile trending across platforms, his voice echoing into hearts that longed for its return. Could it be that absence truly makes the heart grow fonder? Or was it that Taehyung's presence carried a weight so extraordinary that the world had no choice but to stop and listen? The narrative of 2025 was not built on a single moment, but on a series of unforgettable achievements that strung together like jewels in a crown. One day, it was the breathtaking live performance that silenced critics and reduced even casual listeners to tears. Another day, it was the record-breaking magazine covers, the kind that did not merely sell copies, but defined eras. There were nights when his digital presence shattered algorithms, gathering millions of hearts in a single post, and mornings when his influence reshaped the boundaries of music, fashion, and art. Fans across continents described it as a rebirth, as though Taehyung was stepping into the role he was always destined for. Not just an idol, not just a performer, but a global phenomenon whose every gesture felt like poetry. But what makes 2025 unforgettable is not only the statistics and the trophies, it is the emotional journey. How do you explain the way fans cried when they saw him sing live again? Their voices trembling louder than the sound systems, their banners glowing like constellations in arenas that shook with devotion. How do you describe the hush of a crowd when he simply smiled? The way silence itself bowed to his presence. These were not mere concerts or appearances. They were pilgrimages, experiences that people knew they would tell their children and grandchildren about, remembering the year when Taehyung's name became synonymous with destiny fulfilled. There were, of course, the surprises, the twists that no one saw coming. A sudden collaboration that blended genres and generations. A song that traveled beyond borders without the need of translation. A fashion statement that turned runways into stages of cultural fusion. Each surprise carried a shockwave. Each announcement made fans wonder what could possibly come next. And yet, every time, Taehyung surpassed even the wildest of expectations, proving that his artistry was not confined to music alone, but stretched across storytelling, emotion, and human connection. What cannot be ignored is the way Taehyung's achievements in 2025 were intertwined with the devotion of his fans. They were not just spectators, they were participants, guardians of his legacy, and messengers of his truth. Online, their voices became thunder, echoing his name across platforms, ensuring that every milestone became immortalized in hashtags, streams, and videos replayed endlessly. Offline, their dedication filled streets, airports, arenas, and even quiet corners of the world where a poster, a playlist, or a whispered lyric brought comfort to hearts aching for his presence. Could any artist dream of such devotion? Could any star carry the weight of love so vast and still shine brighter each day? Somehow, Taehyung did. As months passed, the story only grew more intense. He was not simply reclaiming his place, he was conquering new ground. He was no longer just V of BTS, he was V. The symbol of art that transcends borders. The voice that healed wounds. The face that redefined beauty. And the heart that reminded millions that vulnerability is strength. By mid-2025, industry, why insiders and cultural critics alike began to describe the phenomenon not as a comeback, but as a renaissance. They called it the Year of V, a term that now feels immortal, etched forever in the annals of pop culture. Yet, what touched the world the most was the sincerity behind every achievement. Taehyung never wore his victories like armor. Instead, he carried them like gifts to share with those who believed in him, often reminding fans in soft words that none of it would be possible without their love. In a world where fame often hardens hearts, his gentleness became the ultimate rebellion, and his humility the greatest statement. Can we not say that this is the true measure of greatness, not just to be celebrated, but to celebrate others, not just to be adored, but to adore back with equal force? By the end of 2025, the world looked back not simply at the numbers, the charts, or the awards, but at the feeling. The feeling of being alive in the year when Kimtaehyung turned his story into legend. The feeling of belonging to a community of millions who were bound not just by music, but by love, resilience, and the silent agreement that they had witnessed history unfold. The feeling of having one artist remind the world that art is not about perfection, but about emotion, truth, and the courage to be human. So here we stand at the edge of this unforgettable year, asking ourselves, what comes after the Year of V? Can the story possibly grow bigger, deeper, more astonishing? Or has 2025 already given us the peak of what one artist can achieve? Perhaps the real answer is not in the future, but in the present moment, the knowledge that we were here, that we witnessed it, that we felt it. And perhaps, just perhaps, the unforgettable achievement of Kimtaehyung in 2025 is not only his own but also ours, a shared victory between an artist and the world that loves him. If you felt your heart racing as you read this, if you remembered a moment in 2025 that made you cry, laugh, or feel alive because of Kimtaehyung, share your story below. Comment the memory that you'll never forget. Like this article if you believe his journey deserves to be remembered forever. And subscribe to stay with us as we continue to follow the man whose name will echo far beyond 2025, because this is not just news. This is history and you are part of it.